Hey everyone, it's Cory McCarthy and thank you for tuning in. If, for example, making allowances in sports and public bathrooms weren't already leading to very real problems, according to recent news, transgenders can now exploit animals to satisfy their mental illness. And yes, I said mental illness. What else would you call a condition where those afflicted suffer attempted suicide at a rate higher than the national average in the US? And that remains the case even when researchers have controlled for these folks being accepted as their gender of choice. Even when researchers have also controlled for strong bonds with family and friends, as well as quality of life, etc. Clearly, these folks remain severely troubled even when living conditions are optimized for them. Thus, it is my opinion that these folks need psychological help as opposed to people coddling and enabling and encouraging them to maintain their status quo. In any case, vegans should be thrilled to learn that a transgender woman, in other words, a biological male who thinks he's female, recently had a vagina constructed from the skin of a tilapia fish surgically installed in his body. In other words, this dude is now the proud owner of a pussy that was made from this species of fish. Yep, at some point, someone out there is going to be leaving their nuts hanging out of a fish. Essentially. In summary, this dude's original vagina, which was constructed from his own hollowed out and inverted dick, shrank and closed up. It's a condition known as vaginal stenosis. However, with this new fish-based vagina, it is reported that he will be able to enjoy a proper sex life and experience greater confidence as a result. Well, isn't that just sweet? Oh, and apparently this vagina is odor-free despite its fishy origins. Just putting that out there before any of you start posting feminine hygiene jokes. Now, I'd assume vegans would not be okay with this, since it requires the death and skin of a demonstrably sentient animal. But then again, there are the ever-inconsistent intersectional vegans like this fine specimen who would very likely be totally cool with this because transgender rights and shit. I mean, fuck the animals, right? They simply don't rank high enough on the oppression hierarchy to these nutters. It really should be apparent to anyone with half a brain that intersectionals couldn't care less about veganism. They're just in it for another virtue signaling opportunity because it's simply easier to tell people that you're a good person than to actually prove it through meaningful action. Then again, it appears they likely wouldn't be able to prove jack shit through their actions anyway. A 2017 meta-analysis concluded that virtue signaling is used to alleviate guilt and protect one's moral character. In other words, shitty people virtue signal to try and hide how shitty they are. To provide a popular example of this in action, let's say someone is constantly accusing others of racism. According to this research, they are very likely to be racists themselves. Moreover, the more that they virtue signal about a given thing, the more guilty they tend to be of that given thing. And to expand upon the racism example a bit more, to really drive the point home, since it is typically liberals tossing the racism accusations around, it comes as no surprise that a 2018 peer-reviewed study, jointly out of Yale and Princeton universities, discovered that white liberals tend to dumb down, quote-unquote, their speech when talking to minorities, but rarely admit to doing so. However, the same study found that white conservatives do not engage in that sort of condescending behavior when interacting with minorities. Interesting that, isn't it? So circling back to that previously cited meta-analysis, it is really no wonder why liberals would feel the need to constantly virtue signal about racism, for example. Anyway, I've traveled off topic at this point. The core point of this video is that vegans should not be in support of this surgical procedure meant to accommodate what is arguably a mental illness. And if they do support it, I'd argue that it calls their commitment to veganism into question. Also, let's keep in mind this isn't life-saving surgery. This isn't some do or die scenario. This is literally someone who was born with a dick that decided they want a pussy. Just putting that out there before people start comparing apples to oranges. I put this in the same category as the hunting of rhinos for their horns because there are dudes in Asia who can't get their dicks hard anymore. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below and let me know what you think about all of this. And don't forget to like and share this video if you found it interesting. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not already, and press that bell button for notifications. And check back here weekly, as all 3 avenues will help ensure that you do not miss any new content from me. And check out the video description for links to my products and services, as well as my affiliate links such as Amazon, and other ways that you can show your support to me and my channel if you genuinely enjoy and get use from what I provide around here. And that includes an array of my science-based training and nutrition ebooks, which can help you get results like those seen on my clients pictured here. Thank you all for your support, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.